Hello, I'm Yaniv Price, a software engineering leader, coach, consultant, and the author of Fixing Management. Welcome to the Fixing Management podcast, the podcast that gives you actionable guidance on becoming a more effective leader. In this short episode, I want to tell you why I started this podcast, why it matters, and what you can expect from it. I spent more than 25 years in the software industry, working as a software engineer and as a manager. Over the years, I noticed something that kept repeating itself no matter the company's size or culture. Most management problems were not caused by bad intentions, but by broken practices. People were promoted into management without being prepared for it, and I already made the case in the past that this is not a promotion but a whole new profession. People were told to lead, but not shown how. So they did their best, usually mimicking previous managers who were also not well prepared. It is estimated that 87% of managers never received any managerial training. They were flooded with KPIs, goals, values, and leadership slogans, but left without clarity, confidence, or tools that actually worked in the day-to-day life. And so, managers were ineffective in so many situations. Their teams were disengaged, results suffered, good people were leaving, and when things got intense, the people part, which was usually already the weakest one, was the first one to be dropped altogether in favor of functional skills and working more hours. That's why I started this podcast. This podcast exists because management doesn't need to be mysterious, painful, or complicated. It can be clear, practical, and even enjoyable if we fix the basics. This is why each episode of Fixing Management is here to do exactly that. Take one management challenge like feedback, motivation, delegation, or psychological safety and break it down into simple, actionable steps you can use immediately with your team. My goal isn't to give you theories, it's to help you sustainably get better results and retain your best people. For the first 15 years of my career, I had no wish whatsoever to lead anyone. I enjoyed being an individual contributor, mastering my craft as a software professional, working on my tasks, collaborating with my team members, and getting results. During this long time, I noticed how management was mostly a negative experience, where managers did not provide clarity, give positive or negative feedback, coach or delegate. The majority was task management and an annual performance review, which was surprising every time. The managers who did invest really stood out, and I appreciate their support that helped me in my career till this day. As I got more experience and went up in seniority levels, I purposefully trained members and for the first time started consuming information about leadership and management. I hungrily devoured books and podcasts, realizing how incredible management could look like for the employees, the peers, the manager, the whole organization, and the customer. My manager at the time was happy to skip one-on-ones, and when he did have them, he was not taking notes or following up. Then we had the annual performance review, which I was meticulously working on for several days, but to my surprise I received an empty review from him. When I asked why, he responded that it didn't matter anyway. I felt neglected, abandoned, and worthless. This was the point I decided I needed to make management better. Shortly after, this manager left, and I requested to take over and got the chance. Of course, the beginning was hard and I made mistakes. The messy reality didn't always care about the management guidance I received, but it did work most of the time and I could see the improvement in behaviors and results of my team. Management is teachable and reproducible. It's not art, and it's not that managers are born with the skills or not. Later on, I was responsible for more teams, also in different organizations and working styles, which needed further adaptations. But the principles of management don't change. They are about knowing your direct reports, constantly talking about performance with them, and growing them. Management won't always be perfect. It's a journey, not a one and done. You have to keep learning and trying things in order to be effective. So here's my invitation for you. Whether you're a new manager or a veteran, use this podcast as your reflection space. After each episode, ask yourself 3 questions. What resonated with me most strongly? Where in my current work do I see this challenge? What one action can I try differently this week? That's it. Small deliberate changes, practiced consistently, fix management far more effectively than any big overhaul or offsite ever could. It's consistency over intensity. Management is a continuous work, not several singular events like the annual performance review. So that's why I wrote the book and why this podcast exists. To make the messy, human, everyday reality of management a little clearer, a little saner, and a lot more effective. Because when we fix management, we sustainably get better results and retention, together with everything that depends on it: motivation, performance, trust, collaboration, and the experience of working with people. Thank you for joining me in this journey. Let's fix management together. That's it for today. Thanks for listening and keep fixing management.